Hey babe, it's me, Mid-Mask from the YouTube channel, Mid-Mask. Today we're going to be talking about something a little important. Your Dungeons and Dragons world. And some things you should consider when making one. Your Dungeons and Dragons world is very important. As you could imagine, it's kind of hard to play Dungeons and Dragons without your Dungeons and Dragons world. So here are a couple things you should definitely consider when making one. First thing you should definitely always consider when making a Dungeons and Dragons world is, what are your continents? What biomes are they? Are they a jungle or a desert? Is the jungle to the north or the south? Where's the desert? Is there mountains? What is just the environment of your continent? Because the environment will vary from south to north, where it is on the planet, unless you're doing a flat earth thing for your Dungeons and Dragons campaign. In that case, you can worry about that a little less. Although it is always nice to have a variety of biomes, or what have you, just around your continent. It adds a variety of things for the party to consider when exploring your world. The next thing, societies. We love them, we hate them. But they are essential to just about any campaign that you decide to run, unless you are running a caveman campaign. You should consider your societies are they old? Are they new? Are they ancient? What impact did they have? Or had? If they're ancient, maybe they left behind some technologies, kind of like the Romans did in real life. And then we build upon that in our new society. Also consider, what races were they? Were they all humans, dwarves, elves? When considering your races, you should also consider what environment they are in. Are the dwarves mountainous, or are they more grassland plains dwarves? Get a little creative with what the societies were. Now, every society, of course, will have an economy, whether you like it or not. Even Mesopotamia had its own copper trade, so explore the trading routes. What are each of the societies selling? What's their major export, their major import? What are they known for? Maybe perhaps one kingdom is known for their ore and their metals and their gems, and maybe another society is known for their magical enchanting prowess. And they kind of work together to make these amazing enchanted swords and weapons and armor. You should also definitely consider your gods. Your gods are very important to your Dungeons and Dragons campaign, or god if you decide to go with just the one. What kingdoms worship which god? Or demon, perhaps? Because this will shape the political shifting of each of the kingdoms. Say one worships more of a demon or lesser god, and one worships, the god of light, and they're all uppity. Guaranteed that those kingdoms will not really like each other too much. It will cause a political discourse and disagreement between the two. It would just overall shape the political environment of each kingdom depending upon what they worship. So it's very important to keep that in mind. Speaking of political situations, what wars have there been? Is the society right now that you are currently having your players go through, is on the cusp of war? Is there one happening? Or did one happen long ago that has shaped the laws and political standing of the different kingdoms around your continent? These are all things you should consider, as war is an important product of society. It shapes everything. Or perhaps your world was in peace for the longest time until a demon lord rose and a war broke out, and your party has to go now quell it. War is a part of any society, and you should definitely consider it when making your world. There are many other things to consider in your world, and this video is more of a crash course for if you don't have too much time, but let me give you a couple of things to think about for this crash course video. Where does your magic come from? And I don't mean divine magic, because that would obviously come from your god or gods, but I mean, when you have a wizard in the party, what force are they manipulating to create their magic? Where are they getting the fireball from? Where are they getting the mage hand? Same with the sorcerer. What makes them magical? What force allows them to do what they do? You might not have to think about this too in depth, unless it perhaps pertains to one of your characters who wish to know the secrets of magic. It is fun and interesting to have little bits here and there about where the magic comes from. Maybe it's a long dead god, and the blood of that dead god is actually creating the magic of the world. Just have fun with these little miscellaneous things that you create for your world. It will definitely bring a life to it. Something I personally love to do is add all these unique mythical metals in the world, ones that are rare and sought after, that have these unique properties that you can't find anywhere else, not even magic. And now the most important thing you should definitely consider is your players. Where are they going to fit into the world? Are they fitting at all? Do you need to tell them, hey, this race might not exist in this world. Maybe try this one. It is very important that you and the player work together to shape your world so that both of you can have fun. And don't forget, it is a game after all, babe. So what that means is don't worry about it too much. And what I mean by that is if you create a plot hole, a contradiction, or you feel like you messed up a villain, you are the dungeon master. It is your world. Perhaps bring the villain back. Make the plot hole to a plot twist. Or, if you really messed up, retcon it. Say it didn't happen. Maybe a villain cast the dream spell, so it's just a nightmare after all. It's most important that you, the dungeon master, are having as much fun as your players. So, make sure you're doing that, or it won't be a good time for anybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful, insightful, etc. If you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, the whole ordeal, hit the bell, wherever that is, down there somewhere. Have a good day, night, evening, what have you. Adios.